I think I just ruined the look. Oops. Hi, I'm Kate and welcome to my channel. So I'm gonna do a little getting ready with me video, but it's going to be a little different. So my husband just got back from a month-long trip to India to visit his family, and knowing me so well, brought back several makeup items. So I'm very excited to dive into some makeup that is from India. So I'm gonna go through these items, talk about what they are, what they cost, and we're gonna put them on my face today. Alright, so the first item is an eyeshadow palette. So this is the Lakme Absolute Infinity Eyeshadow Palette in Midnight Magic. So the cost is 995 Indian rupees, which is about almost $14 US. So it looks like it is, you know, some very rich jewel tones. Maybe not colors that I typically reach for, but it looks really pretty. Comes with one of these little foamy applicators, which I won't be using, but I'm excited to dip into this. So again, that's about $14 US. And there's two other eye products. So I have an eyeliner. So the rest of these products, it looks like they are made in Europe, but packaged and sold in India. So take that for what it is. But he said he went to a store and just asked the woman working for, you know, a few products for his wife, because I don't think he would know what to get. But the cost of this, so it's like a blue Kohl eyeliner. It says peacock blue. So this is 695 rupees, which is about $9.50 US. And the other eye product is a lengthening mascara. So this brand is Chambord Geneva. So again, it's European, but it says it's packaged in India. So this mascara is, okay, 795 rupees, which is about $11. So let's see, it has some weight to it. Let's see what the wand looks like. Okay, kind of a wavy shaped wand. And then I have a couple lip products. So I have a red lip pencil, and this one is 495 rupees, which is about $7 US. And it's pretty packaging. Just looks like a nice pencil lip liner. All right, and then there's this red liquid lipstick that is 845 rupees, which is about $12 US. So looks like a pretty thick formula. So we'll see. I guess we're doing a red lip today. So before I dive into these products, I'm gonna go off camera, just fill in my brows, prime my eyes, and I'll be back. So I'm gonna start with eyes, as always. So again, this is a really deep, there's a lot of jewel tones, a few neutrals. I think I'm gonna go pretty neutral on the eye, since I also have like this blue liner and a red lip, so I don't want to do like I feel like if I do a blue eye, total blue eye with a red lip, I'm gonna feel very like Mimi from Drew Carey's show. So I think I'm going to stick pretty neutral on the eyes with maybe a blue lower lash line and then a red lip. So I'm going to start these shades. Oh, they do have names. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna start, it looks kind of like a mauve-y neutral, but it's called 4 AM. It is a matte, so I'm just gonna grab a fluffy brush and start to throw that in the crease. All right, it's picking up well on a brush. Just a nice kind of cool tone neutral. All right, that blends out really nice. All right, that's a good start. All right, so I'm gonna grab the shade right next to it. It's called Illusion. It's just a nice rich brown. And I'm gonna put that in the outer corner and drag it through the crease. These are actually blending really nice. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. It looks very much like a Maybelline palette or like a NYX palette. And those aren't my favorite brands eyeshadow wise. And I just didn't know what to expect with this. I love that there's this little tiny mirror here. That, I mean, I guess you can see your eyes, but it is blending really nice. I'm very picky with eyeshadows. Like in my collection, I mean, my collection's pretty large, but I've decluttered things that I don't like, and I am very thoughtful about the things that I bring in. It needs to be something that I know I'm going to enjoy and use, so I'm very picky. So I'm impressed by how this is blending. I'm gonna dip back into that first shade and just kind of go on the edges a little bit more. I think if this was just like a typical day, I would probably just pack that light matte on and go for an all matte look, but I do want to see how the shimmers work in here. So there's really only one neutral shimmer, which is this kind of gold shade. So it picks up really nice. It is really dark for me, but I think anything else, it just is going to get too colorful and clash with what we have for like the blue eyeliner and the red lip. So I'm just gonna pick up that kind of gold. It's like an antique-y gold, kind of a deeper antique gold. So I'm just going to pop that on the lid. I'm not gonna do a cut crease or anything, but it is really soft. So here we go. Not super shimmery, it's a very subtle shimmer, which is fine. I mean, it is just a deeper palette, which makes sense because it's called Midnight Magic, so I wouldn't expect a lot of light shades in here. But that's just a nice kind of smoky antique gold eye. There's a black in here, but it's a shimmer. We're gonna treat that black shimmer like it's a matte and pop it in the outer corner a little bit. Just add a little more dimension. Alright, so that works. Very simple look. I will dive into these colors another time, but yeah, so I think I'm gonna stop there on the lid. I'm going to go off camera and do skincare, all of my complexion stuff, since I'm not using any new products for that, and I'll be back. All right, so I went in with all of my face products, foundation, concealer, blush, bronzer, highlight, all that jazz. So now I'm gonna pop back into the eyeshadow palette. So actually, I think I'm gonna start with the blue liner. So this is a Longwear Kohl liner in the shade Peacock Blue. So it's very soft, a very soft liner. So I think I need to sharpen it actually. So let's sharpen it a bit. Very soft, a very, very soft formula. Like I barely touched it and I got some on my finger. It's a really pretty shade of blue. So I'm just gonna pop that in the waterline to start. Wow, that's really rich. Now hopefully it stays in there all day, but that's a lot richer than I expected. Like this is the pigment that I wish I got from my other like NYX and LA Girl liners. I'm gonna drag that down a little bit under the lash line so I can buff it out. Okay, that's way more blue than I expected it to be. Okay, I think I might have messed that up a little bit, but wow, that's blue. Okay, so I'm gonna grab like a little smudgy brush and maybe I'll grab the blue shadow a little bit and just kind of start to smudge that out. I think I just ruined the look. Alright, I'm gonna hop into the first really light matte and just buff that out on the edges a bit. Alright, the blue is just dragging everywhere. It says Longwear, but it is going everywhere. Okay, I just tried to press it with a little concealer and I think I made it worse. Okay, I think I need to just not mess with it. But wow, I shouldn't have tried to drag it down. I should have just kept that on the waterline, but it's really blue. Like, super blue. Okay, I'm gonna go in just with some black liner on the top. I will say this looks crazy in person. I hope it photographs better than it looks. I guess I'm just not used to that bold of a lower lash line. All right, so let's go in with this mascara. So it says that it's a lengthening mascara. It's not that noticeable. I've been spoiled with the Bite Beauty, so I feel like anything else right now will just not compare. I mean, can you tell? I feel like it's just taking a lot of layers to build up, but it's okay. It's not clumpy or anything. Like, I don't notice much in terms of lengthening. However, this would probably be a really good mascara to use on the days that I'm wearing a lash, just to darken the lash and to kind of connect them to the falsies. Whereas my Bite Beauty will be great for the days that I'm not putting on a falsie, so 90% of the days. All right, so not awful, it just takes a lot of layers to build it up. All right, so I think I'm gonna go put my hair down, curl it a little bit, and then I'll be back to go in with the lips. All right, so I mean, the blue is kind of floating down a little bit. Again, I think if I were to use that again, I would just do it in the waterline and not try to drag it under at all like I did. But that's okay. We have nowhere to go today. So, red lips. So I'm gonna dip into this. So it is, there's not a color name. That's okay. So it's a red lip liner and it's just a nice pencil. So let's go on in. There's a little scratchy feeling. But I do prefer a formula like this over something too creamy that moves around. Disclaimer, I'm terrible at putting on lip liner. And I have non-symmetrical lips anyway, so. All right, we'll fill them in a bit. Okay, yeah, that's not even. That's the fault of me, not the fault of the product. So we're hoping next time the India trip comes up that I get to go with my husband for his brother's wedding next year. He just hadn't been home in so long, and we were supposed to spend our honeymoon in India last summer and COVID happened, so obviously that didn't happen, but I'm excited to go at some point, hopefully not too far in the future. I'm gonna go in now. This is, again, not a color. It smells nice, kind of like a sweet smell, not overly fragranced, but it's a very thick formula, so I'm gonna try to go in really light with it. All right, that's a super red lip. So in terms of the eyeshadows, I think they performed really well. They blended out beautifully. I didn't love the shimmers. It wasn't very shimmery. I am curious to try out some of these jewel tones down here. They just didn't go with the look that I had planned today. And I'll be curious to try some of the other mattes as well. Again, not typically colors that I use. I don't know, I like more colorful mattes and then more basic colored shimmers, whereas this has very neutral mattes and then, other than this hot pink, and then very colorful shimmers. So not typically the direction I go, but they did blend out beautifully and they were very easy to use. So that's nice. The blue eyeliner was so pigmented, like super pigmented. So it's a nice blue. It's just a lot brighter than I normally go. For the lips, the red lip liner was really, I mean, it was a little scratchy of a formula, but it means that it's not gonna move as much as like a really creamy one. And the lipstick is pretty. I like that it's a very true red. We'll see how it wears. I'm gonna wear this for a while. I'm still drinking my coffee. It says it's transfer proof. Oh. Okay, nothing at all on there. Is that really? No, there's a little bit. Not a lot, but that's okay. It's still drying though, so that's pretty good. All right, so not bad. I was surprised by the price of these products because I think I just anticipated things to be significantly cheaper. You know, my husband tells me how cheap a lot of other goods are in India, so I didn't expect these to be essentially the same price or more expensive than some drugstore products in the US, unless these are more considered luxury items. I'm actually impressed by how well things perform, knowing how picky I am with eyeshadows. I just realized I forgot the inner corner. I'm gonna dip into my Nomad Iceland palette. There's nothing light enough in here for me to use. And since we have kind of blue colors going, I'm gonna grab the River Glacier shade in there and just pop that in here. It gives us a highlight without taking away from the blue theme. Oh, that's fun. I'm gonna drag that up again. I'm cheating. I'm totally cheating on this. So that's the final look. What do we think? I'm okay with it. The blue is a little shocking for me, but the lips seem really nice. There's barely any transfer there, which is really good, but they don't feel overly dry. The eyeshadows blended out easily. That blue liner is blue. The mascara was pretty basic to me, but it'll be a nice mascara to use when I use falsies along with it. But overall, I think it was a success. So thank you so much for watching my video. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know if you've tried any interesting products from other countries, anything that's surprised you. I would love to hear. So I'll see you soon.